Welcome everybody into what is going to be awesome. I promise you. Let's see if my overlay's in the right spot. Yeah, basically is. So let's continue getting this going. I hit the wrong button, but we are entering a really cool show match, everybody. We're going to be watching Rev.Kizu. He's going to be the red Protoss on the left. He's going up against VP.Slush. We have just decided to automatically go for a just a weird impromptu show match. I mean, that's literally all it is. It's going to be a really cool game. I mean, both these players are very high caliber. Right now, I actually just played Slush in a few games for fun, and he is very solid. I'm a Protoss, so I can actually say a little bit more about what he does in Protoss play. Kizu is a player I'm also familiar with. I've seen him play in the Rev.Ki King of the Hill tournaments that do get played usually every Friday, so I may be casting him again later on today. But this is just a best of 3 we're going to do. We're going to cast, we're going to enjoy it, and admire some cool play. Slush, what he likes to do in PvP is very macro-oriented, judging from what I was seeing him do. Basically, what he went for was this ridiculous late-game army composition, double Robo-Colossi. He comes in, he brings in the mothership, and it's ridiculous. He gets double upgrades, fast third. And I was talking to him afterwards, and we were playing, the second game we played was on Antigua Shipyard, and he said, I don't like that map because you can't get a fast fourth. So Slush really enjoys macro, so I'm very curious as to what these two players are going to be doing for this series, because this is going to be awesome. There's not really much other way around it. It's completely being winged right now, and if you are watching, easily take a look at Slush's first-person point of view. He just started streaming on Shangera, so SHANGERA, twitch.tv SHANGERA. So you can easily watch him play. You can see some very cool things. He's a GM toss. I think he's in the hundreds. He's low 100s, I believe, off the top of my head. And he just joined VP. VP Gamers, very good team that I like to cast for. They're awesome people. And moving along over here for Kizu, he's been part of Rev.Ki for a while. Right now, we're actually seeing that a similar has been thrown down on top of Kizu's gas. So I really hope that Slush's build can defend against the 4-gate. That's something that players do enjoy doing, is trying to force the 4-gate, or at the very least throw off a person's build by taking the gas. You can still get a very fast robotics facility even with the gas steal. You then have to get more zealous. It can be a little tricky to actually try and get up your tech, but it seems that Slush is over and his Swedish self is kind of in a little bit of lag. I hope that's not going to be an issue. But Slush, we're going to see he's throwing down another pylon, so he's definitely not 4-gating. Obviously, he's mining from both of his gas geysers. He only has one guy. He may be doing a weird sort of 3-gate pressure, basically kind of faking the 4-gate and using this aggression to throw off Kizu and make Kizu be a little pressed for what he could really want to do. So Slush is not throwing down anything else yet. I'm going to be really expecting for there to be another 2 gates thrown down. See, there they are, full wall off. Interesting. So he's going to basically defend a 4-gate with a really solid set of building placement. You can see he's got the Stalker down here. He'll have to be a little bit careful though. Once Kizu's vision the high ground, he could just warp in over there and be aggressive. You can see because he is 4-gating, not bothering to get that second gas at all. Proxy pylon for him. Wait a second, there's a robo. He's going to go for a Warp Prism Robo play over here, which is actually really funny. I don't know if he was watching my stream when I was playing earlier, but a guy stole my gas. I went for a 4-gate with the Warp Prism to be aggressive, and it actually worked really well, and I ended up winning that game. I don't know if Kizu's copying me. That would make me feel really cool, because he's a much better player than I am. I mean, I'm mid-masters. Kizu is high masters. Very good play. And if he's copying me, I'm going to feel very flattered. Alright, so now excuse me while I'm just aghast at the fact that he may be doing something that I do. So there we have the War Prism going down. He's got Stalkers here. He may try and attack the front and be aggressive in the face of this, but we do see Slush is going for a Colossus start. He's got to be careful. It looks like he's expecting a 4-gate. It really does. However, we see the pylons on the low ground. Slush does see that. That's going to draw a few units away from the front. We're going to see that Kizu's going to use this opportunity to try and attack, but it's not going to be happening too well. But the War Prism's now done. We could easily see this War Prism moving in here and allowing for both vision and warping of units on top of that high ground. We can see these pylons. This one may be allowed to finish or will get cancelled. It looks like it just barely got cancelled, but now we have Kizu elevatoring units in, and now this is going to be a trouble scenario for Slush. He does have a lot of units. It could be a little tight. He's running. It looks like Slush is going to have enough zealots here. He could maybe pick off that War Prism if he gets enough shots off. Looks like he won't, though. Still, he's defended this very, very, very well. Kizu is still back here trying to recover. You can see him throwing down his next gas and trying to chrono out probes. However, he is quite behind. Slush has got 4 more probes than him. He's getting a lot of free kills on these pylons that have been placed around. Luckily, this War Prism is still in play, so we could still see harassment going down here. 2 Zealots and 2 Sentries or something could easily do a lot of damage. But now we're having a Immortal on the field, and there's the first Colossus. Slush delayed his Colossus production, trying to really trying to make sure he can stay alive against that 4-gate pressure that he pretty much knew was coming. But here we have this War Prism we dropped down. Probably going to try and take down the pylon, just be able to get some kind of kill. You can see the army is way behind, and so this pylon should be going down without Kizu dealing too much. He kills it and will pull away immediately, takes a couple shots, but that's not enough stalkers, and they're being clogged up by those units. They're not going to go ahead and die. Let's see Slush what he has seen. Seen almost nothing. I don't think he actually has an observer on the field. He does not. That is odd. He's getting out another gateway. Over in the land of Kizu, we see a Twilight Council being thrown down, so he could be having a Blink Stalker transition. Though Kizu did see this Colossus may go for Archons to try and get out some kind of AoE of his own that's different from the Colossus Splash, but he's trying to get out an Immortal. His little supply block, though, it's going to hurt that kind of production. And it seems like Slush may be going for a push now. Supply blocks himself without any pylon. We have 1 pylon going down. That's not really going to fix the supply block for very long. But with 2 Colossi, you could push out, maybe expand. He does like to expand. He could easily expand, throw down another Robo, and work towards his crazy Mothership Mass Colossus play. That is so powerful for the late game. It's pretty much an unbeatable PvP army composition to have the Mothership, the Stalkers, and a lot of Colossi. But Kizu's still continuing to produce his Immortals. He may go for an Immortal drop, actually. You can see the War Prism is there, waiting to be aggressive, but this is going to be a very hard push to defend by Kizu. All of these Zealots and Stalkers are really not that many. Looks like Kizu's trying to get out the double Immortal for the drop. If he loses that, that would really seal the deal, but right now Slush has got such a commanding position. He's now behind in probes, but he was ahead for so long. You can see in the spending tab that the army has been so much more spent on, but if you look at the units lost tab, he's lost a lot less. That army strength is very, very high. Now we see him pushing in, being aggressive, and this is way too much of an army for Kizu to actually defend. He's trying to get the War Prism speed at the moment. That's not going to be going so well. We see the War Prism's even been forced to pull back, and the army is trying to come back as well. This is really bad news for Kizu. He can get caught on the ramp. He's basically getting sandwiched right now. He's got a lot of Slush has a lot of sentries. He can easily force field behind these guys, lock them in, and there we see that exactly happening with the Colossi here. Now having Kizu with the War Prism, though, he's able to hit the Colossus, trying to target them down. If he can get down those Stalkers, his War Prism micro may be enough to take that out, but no, there's GG, and game 1 is going to go to Slush.